The fact that it kind of wrapped up as quickly as possible did kind of take a lot of us like off guard.
People living in the Dillsburg area are celebrating the sudden end to their long battle against what would have been called the Northern Business Park. All this amid national reports that demand for warehouses in general is softening.
What about locally? Seth Kaplan has the story.
Here it was in the Wall Street Journal last month. Warehouse demand is starting to shrink. The journal saying warehousing, which has boomed nationally and especially locally since the pandemic started 4 years ago, is showing signs of contraction nationally thanks to, quote, more normal pre-pandemic consumer habits, with companies like Rite Aid renovating or even closing warehouses rather than opening new ones. So what about the mid-state? The answer matters.
York County's workforce is 18% in manufacturing, so any kind of industrial manufacturing use warehouses in York County is incredibly important. They're some of our best paying jobs.
Not many places in America depend more on warehouses and manufacturing than York County. So again, the answers to the big question? Silas Chamberlain of the York County Economic Alliance.
We're aware of the national trends, but we are not seeing that locally. We're seeing interest continue to be very high.
With rising warehouse vacancy rates noted by the journal nationally, not showing up locally. Chamberlain said one helpful thing is the national concern is not over warehouses connected to goods that are actually manufactured locally, which have the best paying jobs.
So warehousing where freight is just moving through York County has a little bit less of an economic impact locally.
The reason all kinds of warehouses have been and continue to be such big business here?
York County has just always been a hotspot for logistics because it's so centrally located to population hubs, under manufacturing centers, and we have great transportation network. So Route 30 and 83, particularly 83 north of the city of York, is almost too hard to pass up for people that are moving freight long distances.
But how does that square with the victory of Dillsburg area neighbors over the proposed Northern Business Park?
We want to see warehouse development in those areas that make sense and try to prevent it in areas where it doesn't.
Such as?
There's enough places in the county that have been planned for industrial development and these kinds of uses that we don't need to go and rezone agricultural land or put it next to neighborhoods.
Originally, this was zoned agricultural.
David Hazen talking about the land next to his home where the Northern Business Park would have gone.
It's incumbent upon the developers to think about their communities that they're going to be building it in and how does that impact them and whether or not it's going to be a positive or negative.
But not counting on that, Hazen said the next move for him and other neighbors is asking Carroll Township to rezone the land again to something other than industrial. In York County, Seth Kaplan, ABC 27 News.